I want to let you guys know the radio that we have today, we're going to be installing it onto a 2022 Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. The 2020 and up Tacomas are going to have this style radio, so you can kind of follow the process. It should be exactly the same for you. The only difference is if you guys do have JBL, the one we're doing it on today is going to be a non-JBL, so keep that in mind. One thing to know before starting this process, anytime working with electrical, you want to go ahead and disconnect the negative of your battery, which is just going to be a size 10mm socket, and it comes right off. So once you finish up that process, what you want to do with your hands is go like this, your 4 fingers on each hand, put them right underneath this gray trim panel here, and then from there, with your thumbs, you want to go ahead and put them here, and you literally just pop up, just like that, and it should release. So once you do that, you want to flip it on its backside, and you want to make sure that all the red clips are still intact. Now, if you're missing one, it's probably because it's still stuck in there. Take it out, put it back, because you're going to need it later on. So go ahead and put this in a safe location. After you've done so, you're going to have 4 bolts, one here, one there, and there. They're going to be a size 10mm socket, and you also want to get an extension. If you don't, you're going to be too close to the screen here, and you're going to damage it. Now that all 4 are out, you can go ahead and now remove the radio. Be careful, there is a bunch of wires back there. You don't want to pull it too hard and rip anything. So just like that, nice and careful. If you guys do have like a microfiber towel, you can lay it down right here on your shifter and lay this down. All right, you guys, so now that you have the radio pulled out like this, you're gonna see a bunch of clips. So in this step here, you wanna go ahead and now just start removing everything. Everything should have like little tabs up top, as you can see. You should be able to just put your thumb in there and pull it back. In the instance that you can't, you could go ahead and get like a small flathead. You stick it in there and it should help you release it. So just keep that in mind. So now that you finished up everything, let's go ahead and take this radio out and let's start working on the brand new one. We'll show you guys how it looks. So now that we pulled out the old one, this is how it looks. So, and as you can see right here on my left side, this is going to be the brand new one. It's going to be like having a tablet in your Tacoma. And the cool part about this is it also comes with the buttons for the climate control right there at the bottom. And it comes with a couple other things. And it also comes with the full-on panel. So this is a complete replacement, plug and play for your Tacoma. If you guys do want it, description box below. Let's go ahead and now dive right into it inside. So next step on this one, you're going to want to get your panel removal tool and remove this here. Start from the top and you just pull back the clips just like that. And there you go. That's all you really need. You don't need no more. All right, and now you want to work this thing out right here. Once you have it going, you should be able to just pull it out. Just like that, and be careful since there is wires back there. Once you expose the wires, same thing, it has those clips, just unclip them. And the reason we're removing this, because on the new radio, it's going to be inserting a brand new piece here, and it's also going to have all these controllers as well. We're going to need some stuff off of this as well. So now we're going to get ready to remove the engine start stop, and we're also going to be taking off the 4-wheel drive button here. We're going to be transferring this onto the brand new one. So looking on the back side, it's just held in with a clip. So you're going to notice there's a tab there. Flipping it on the other side, there's also a tab. So just go ahead and squeeze in and release. Just like that. So put that to the side. It's going to be the same thing with these ones. These are a little bit more complicated, so if you do have like a flathead or a panel removal tool, you can utilize that. But it's the same process. And there it is. So this, you could go ahead and put it away to the side now and save it. We're going to go ahead and put these into that. So flipping it on the back side here, you just want to go ahead and pop these out, literally. Push in, and then after that should be able to slide in the new ones. Make sure you put them in nice and straight, exactly the way you took them off the old one. Pops right in, just like that. As you can tell, everything is going to be about the same. Here's all your climate control. So now looking on the back side over here, we're going to start connecting some stuff. So now that we installed the ignition switch and the 4-wheel drive system, up next, we're going to start working on the wiring here. So inside the kit, you're going to have 2 of these connectors here. If you guys do have the screen for the AC temperatures as well. So for us, we're going to be grabbing the kit inside. You're going to see there's 2 wires that are exactly identical, but the numbers are going to be different. There's 2189 and there's 2188. If yours has the screen like ours, you want to go ahead and get the 2189. And you insert it right here at the bottom. It only goes in one way. Make sure it clicks. Once it does, you can move on to the next step. So now we have these set of wires right here. And what we're going to be starting with is this one right here, which has all USBs and a brown connector. So if you come right here, you're going to notice there's a set of inserts. We're going to be connecting that brown one right there in the center bottom, just like that. And then up next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to now grab this one here, which you can see has all these connectors, and it's like a yellow connector like that. That one is going to be going right here at the top right. And same thing, insert, make sure it clicks. And then for the next one, we're going to be grabbing this one here. You're going to notice there's like an aux cable type, there's a brown one, and these other RCAs with a white connector. That one's up top in the center. Same thing, insert and click. Okay, so for the next one, you're going to want to go ahead and locate this one. It does have a blue connector there and this black piece here. Basically what this is going to be is so you could insert a SIM card. If you go to like your cellular provider, you could ask them for a chip. Of course, you're going to have to pay a monthly for it, but then it'll allow you to run this system on its own internet. Now, in the case you don't want to pay monthly with that, what you do is you make sure your phone has hotspot, which is like what we do since we can't afford this, but just giving you guys that option. This one would go connected right up top right there, just like that. So now moving on to the truck, let's go ahead and do that. All right, you guys, so for this first step, you're gonna notice inside the kit, you're gonna get two different harnesses that are about the same as far as what they tell you and kind of the way they look. One thing to take note on though, one of them is going to have more wires than the other. So you're going to notice this one does have 5 harness connectors and this one's going to have 4 harness connectors. So if you guys do have like a 2020 and up Tacoma like ours, non-JBL, you're going to want to go ahead and grab this one right here that has the 4. So just like that. So now that you've located which harness you're going to need to use, now you just want to go ahead and connect all these. So it's pretty simple. I don't really have to tell you this. You just kind of insert them until they go in. They go in fairly easy until they click. So this black one here is going to go right here to this black one. And once again, you just want to make sure it clicks. And then next, grab the next one. And if it doesn't go in, you try it on the next. And I'm only showing you guys this so that way you don't get intimidated. As you see, it went in just like that. And then next one, same thing. Let's see if it fits in this one. If it doesn't, we'll try it on the next. And it clicked. You can see we have those 3 connected already. And we should still have one more connector down here. It's going to have a blue and a black wire coming out of it. That's for the antenna. So that one, grabbing this wire here, same thing. Make sure you put it in correct way. And it should click into place. Just like that. Super simple. So now all you should really have left is going to be these 4 connectors and this black one down here. All right, you guys, so for this next step, we're going to be grabbing the microphone here and we're going to be routing it. You can route this wherever you want. For us, we're going to use probably a double-sided sticky tape and we're going to stick it right here up top. So for this wire, we're going to be running it through the console here. If you guys do have a wire runner or if you guys do have like a metal clothes hanger, you can open it up and route it that way. For right now, we're going to leave this wire here. Now what we're going to be working on is going to be the 4G antennas and the GPS antenna. You could go ahead and mount these anywhere you want, up on the dash or anything like that. For us, we're going to be actually mounting them right back here. If you see there's like a flat panel back here, I'm going to clean off the surface and we'll stick them on. The antennas do have some double-sided sticky tape, so they should stick onto that. So now we just have to pull off this red backing here, and it exposes the tape. And like I said, we're just going to stick them back there. Do the same thing with these and we'll get back to you. So for the 4G antennas, we actually mounted them up top right here. GPS antennas at the bottom. So now we're kind of good to go. We can start connecting everything. I know it looks like a mess right now, but make sure to have zip ties so that way you can make it look nice and clean. So I'm going to go ahead and now grab the radio and just start connecting everything in its slot. This part shouldn't be too hard. It's kind of common sense. If it's not going into one plug, it's going to, of course, go to another. All right, you guys, so we're going to be connecting the GPS and the 4G antennas first. So those will just go up top right here. Connect that there. And that's the one going to the GPS that we mounted at the bottom. These are the 4G antennas that we mounted up top. So this just kind of screws into place. Nothing hard about it. And this is going to be the antenna cable that you previously installed to the factory harness of the truck. That's going to go connected right down here. So you want to go ahead and give it a firm push. Make sure it's locked into place. Up next, we're going to go to the main harness, which is this one here, that we connected to the main harness of the truck. You're going to see it has a big black connector right there. It's going to go into the radio right about here. And same thing, it only goes in one way. Make sure it clicks. And then you're going to notice on the other end, it's going to be a white one to that. That's the same connector we just installed. Just on the other end, it has this white connector. And that's actually going to get routed down at the bottom over here. And you're going to see it gets inserted right about there. Make sure it clicks. All right, so from that main harness, now you should only have this left over. We'll worry about this towards the end. So let's put that off to the side. We're going to be looking at some of these connectors here that we connected. And you're going to want to locate the one that has the brown wire here. Noticing right here, there's a black one coming out of it, just like this. It has like a headphone style jack. And that is going to be connected into the mic that we previously installed onto the, over here where the steering wheel is. So you connect those two, make sure it clicks. Next, noticing on this one, there's a USB female that comes out of the radio. Inside the kit, you're going to have one like this. Has a gray. That one's going to go connected to the gray of the factory wiring harness here. One thing to take note on, it's not too secure. As you saw, we just literally slides out. You can get a piece of tape, up to you guys if you want to connect this or not. And then you just go ahead and connect it into one of these slots that comes out of the radio. Just like that. And then next you're going to notice there's this blue one, this black one, and this white one. Those are not going to be used anymore, so you can tuck these into the truck. And then right here at the bottom, we have the climate control adapter that we told you guys earlier. So that's going to go connected there. It only goes in one way. That's how it clicks. This is for the four-wheel drive system. Connects there. What we have left here is going to be that switch, which will connect once we're done. We still need to add some stuff to the back of this radio, so we don't want to shorten our wire span here. So when we're almost done with the wiring, one thing that I did want to tell you guys before we continue, if you guys do remember when you took off the panels from this factory one, little red clips were at the back where I showed you guys in the beginning. We're now going to remove them from the factory panels and transfer them over to this. As you can see all the way around, it has like these clip things. So you want to put those little red clips onto all the way around. So I'm going to do that before I keep going on this, and then we'll get back to you. All right, you guys, so one thing I did want to take note on, you're going to notice these four right here. If you guys do have the same exact style Tacoma as us, these four are no longer going to be used. So we're going to zip tie these out of the way right now. Up next, I wanted to show you guys the little red clips. We already installed them. So if you look around the whole panel here, they're already pre-installed. We just took these off of the factory setup and transferred them over here. So now that we showed you guys that, next, what you're going to want to do, focusing on the main wiring harness to the radio, which is this, you're going to see there's a yellow wire like this, kind of like a RCA cable. And then there's also going to be one purple wire coming out with a black connector. This one is actually going to be connected right here at the bottom, right underneath this baby blue one. So you just connect it, it goes in one way into the radio, make sure it clicks. After that, grabbing that yellow RCA cable, and if you see right here, there's a brown one. So this brown one is going to be connected there. It's going to say CCDV. So those two are now connected. So up next, what we're going to do here is we're now going to grab all these wires and we're going to be zip tying them just so that way it looks nice and clean, because right now it does look like a rat's nest. So let me get that sorted out and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, so now that we have everything somewhat zip tied, we're pretty satisfied. Now you could go ahead and connect the actual switch to turn the truck on. now that everything's connected. The last step that you need to do before actually putting everything back together is you're going to need to take out the vents. As you can see, we already did one side, but we'll show you guys on the other one. So flipping on its backside, you're going to need to get like either a flathead or a pick. If you guys do have one, it's going to be your best bet. That's what we have. And there's going to be little tabs. You're going to need to use both hands for this. You insert into the tab just like that. Take your time with it. And with your other hand, just kind of hold it outwards like that. And then it should come right out. And once it does, hold it on in one piece or else it'll fall apart. And then you just go ahead and transfer them onto the new one. Super simple, nothing too hard about it. Exactly the way you took those off, you put them back on. So now that everything's zip tied, we got the vents in, and now we could go ahead and put this back together. Exactly the way you took it off, you want to put it back. Take your time with it, no rush, so you don't damage any of the clips, any of the wires, anything like that. And it should just snap into place. Just go all the way around it. If something's not snapping in, I'd say pull it back out. It's probably one of the wires are getting tugged on, which you don't want to do that. When it starts up, it's going to give you a screen like this. Keep in mind, it is an Android unit, so it's basically an actual tablet or a computer, whatever you want to call it, meaning you can actually change the whole setup of how it looks. I know my cameraman here is going to change this out for his truck, and knowing him, his setup's going to be really nice, but this is what you're going to get from the factory. It's going to give you like the weather, it's going to give you a couple other little options here. Everything is going to be displayed. And then down here, you're going to have your AC control unit. We have it. We do have it in dark mode as well, so that's why it looks a little bit darker. For you guys, yours is going to look a little different, only because we already changed some of the settings. But as you can see, everything works as it's supposed to. And you have a couple other little controllers here that you can mess with. And now, as far as your radio functions on the steering wheel, they'll still work. As you can see, my hand's not on the radio, and I'm still turning up and turning down the volume. You can change the channel, you can do whatever you want. This does also have Apple CarPlay, so you guys can go ahead and use it for that. You can use your maps. And the cool thing with this is you can also download like Netflix, YouTube, anything like that. If you guys did watch my previous video on my Jeep when I did the video, it has the similar options on this one.